prison, where it's awful. You know, the prison system is awful. A lot of fathers are incarcerated, leaving their kids out here to struggle, not knowing how to live, not knowing how to be a man, and it's rough. Being at Phillips State Prison, I met a lot of men, intelligent men. You know, speaking to them, you couldn't tell that they were mentally ill, which means it's not over with for them yet. And you would see these men be talking to them, sound normal, but you look on their arms and see these cut marks on their arms. They're suicidal. They'll cut themselves just to relieve the pain of all the time that they have, the long sentences they have. They're in there snorting pills and doing all kind of things, whatever they can do to take away the pain of the long sentence that they have. I also witnessed something else that I want to share. I'd be outside sometimes on the yard, and I would see the guys coming up the hill, going to get their medication. And they would be running up the hill as fast as they can, but they would still be moving slow, very slow. And when they get up there to take their medication, then they're coming back down the hill, they're moving so slow, very slow. And that's the effects of the medication. It makes them slow. It's a downer, it brings them down. And I'm just saying this because this is what their life is right now. Instead of them being positive, productive citizens in their community, they're faced with doing life in prison for something that might have even been a mistake, you know? And a lot of times that's what it is. A lot of these communities, people don't really understand that murder is sometimes done to protect their own life. It's either murder or get murdered in some communities, and some people don't understand it. And a lot of that stuff, man, is just so unfair and it needs to be brought to the light. We don't have politicians such as Sister Demeter Bishop, who's been working so closely with these inmates and their families. I don't really know any politician that's been working so closely and so knowledgeable about what these families and these inmates need. And that's what we need in office. We need somebody who is knowledgeable, who has been working with these people to get an understanding of what they need, you know, and be able to provide it for the people. So that's how important this is, that we support this sister and get her in the office, get this bill pushed and passed, because it's very much needed. We have a problem with unification in this country, in this state, in this city. And if we just all come together for the same issue, man, it could be resolved in no time. But we have everybody wanting to be the one who is in the spotlight for whatever it is that they're fighting for. Everybody wants to be in the spotlight. But my thing is, I don't care who does it. It doesn't matter who does it. It just needs to be done. Because there are too many inmates locked up in prison. A lot of men didn't even do what their charges are saying that they've done. You know, they got a lot of innocent people locked up, incarcerated in Georgia, as we know. I've been to Jackson State Prison, transferring from prison to jail, from jail to prison, so many times, and to see all of those men, I can count probably 1,000 men at one time that I've seen getting transferred. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. And these are men that could be out here in society being productive in their communities. I have so many stories to share as far as incarceration, because I've been there. I've actually been there. I've been there incarcerated with my first cousin, which is the only cousin I have that's incarcerated in Georgia with a life sentence. and he's been locked up since '99. I was in there with him in 2008, and he's still locked up in prison. And it's just so unfair. The family, even the family of the victim, wants my cousin out, and he can't get out. This is how unfair the justice system is in Georgia. And not just in Georgia, but we're gonna focus in Georgia because that's where we are. But in this whole world, man, there's so many people incarcerated for all kinds of different reasons, and for so many reasons that they are not responsible for. And I've witnessed this. In Fulton County Jail, inmates locked up for something somebody said, been locked up for 18 months or longer sometimes, just sitting in there. Because the way Georgia does it, when they lock you up, they don't let you out. Even if you're innocent, you have to take a plea. You have to plea out in order to get out. Even if I've seen men that were innocent, locked up for a couple of months, they ended up getting so tired of the conditions in the county jail that they would take a plea of 15 years on probation just to get out. And that's so unfair. For an innocent person being told, well, if you don't take the plea for 15 years on probation, you're gonna have to sit another year and wait for trial. That's crazy. To me, that's insane. I've even been tricked, and I'm gonna tell you the trick. The trick was, they told me, okay, I was charged with aggravated assault, aggravated battery, possession of a firearm, and the commission of a felony. And they told me that I would get 45 years if I went to prison, if I went to the trial to fight this case. Okay? So I did my research. I got my discovery pack. I got my packages. 20 years max for aggravated assault, 20 years max for aggravated battery, and 5 years for the commission of a felony with a pistol. So that's 45 years. But I found out at the end of my trial, when I got convicted, that the max they could give me was 25 years, not 45, but they were trying to get me to take a plea of 25 years. Telling me if I would go to trial and fight my case, I would get 45 years. I still fought. I received 25 years, got my case overturned by the Court of Appeals, and I got a second trial and I won. Got found not guilty. Off for 25 years sentence, I was served 4.5 years. I've been out since 2010. I'm an author of 11 books. I've been out a little bit over 15 years. I wrote 11 fiction books. 11. I've been doing car emissions for over 9 years. Okay? And I've been out 15 years. And my thing is, okay, society would say, okay, I was supposed to do these 25 years.